Hi, my name is Krishna. I've been a tech recruiter for 5 years. My video is a comprehensive session on Boolean Search. It's in three phases. The first one is on operators, the operators that are generally used in writing a Boolean string. The second one will be talking about logic, and the third one will also be talking and writing the Boolean string based on the ask of your hiring manager and talking about the customizations of the string, so on and so forth. So let's get started with phase one. In the phase one, we're going to talk about operators. So what are the operators generally used when you're going to write a Boolean string? Usually, I work with 5 operators. First one is and, second one is or, third one is and not, fourth one is the quotation marks, fifth one is the parentheses. So let's start, talking about each and every operator. Let's just say you're going to the grocery store and you want to buy both apples and oranges. So when you want both the items, both apples and oranges, that's when you use and. That's when you use and. You want both of them, right? So that's when you use and. Now, let's say you go to the grocery store and you want either apple or you want oranges, but not both. Either this or that is totally fine with you. Just want one fruit. It can be either apple or oranges. That's when you use or. You have a choice there. You can have apples or you can have oranges. That's that. Now, when you go to the grocery store and you do not want grapes, there's something that you don't want. That's when you're going to say, hey, and not. Let's just say you don't want grapes. You're going to say, hey, I do not want grapes. So, you say, and not grapes. Quotation marks. Now, when you're going to, if you need to search for something that entails 2 or more words, right? Let's just say you want hot chocolate. So when you're going to search for something in the grocery store, you would like to search for hot chocolate as a single entity. You don't want to search for hot separate and chocolate separate. So while hot chocolate is made of 2 words, you're still searching it as one single entity, and that is hot chocolate. So when you're searching, when you're doing a Boolean search and it entails 2 or more words, that's when you use the quotation marks. Last but not the least is the parentheses, right? Now, parentheses are generally used to compartmentalize your logic. Let me explain that with an example. You go to the grocery store and you're like, hey, I want one fruit, one beverage, right? So that's pretty much it. You want 2 things. You want one fruit and one beverage. So that's what you want, right? Now, this one fruit, can either be apples or oranges, but not grapes. That's one thing. So it can be either apple or orange, but it should not be grapes. As far as your beverage is concerned, you just want it, you're very clear about it. You just want hot chocolate. You just want hot chocolate, right? So you don't want coffee, you don't want tea, you just want hot chocolate, and there it is. Now, if you were to make a Boolean string out of it, so I want one fruit and I want one beverage, and what would, how would I, write my Boolean string? So I would say, hey, I want apples or oranges. That's something, right? And not grapes. So that's the first part of your logic, right? That's for fruit. This whole section is one fruit, right? And you also want one beverage. It's not a choice. It's not like you want just one fruit or one beverage. You're saying, hey, I want one fruit and one beverage, right? So that's the and that's going to come here. So we have the fruit part, and we're going to talk about the beverage part. And what's your beverage? You want hot chocolate, right? Now, keep in mind, when you're going to do a Boolean search, the computer does not know about apples or oranges or anything like that. It's just going to search strings. So if you're going to ask it, hey, search ABC, it's going to search something like ABC. If you're going to say, hey, search ABC space XYZ, it's going to think about it as two strings. But if you're going to put it in quotations, it's going to search for some things, the strings that have ABC space XYZ in their name or in its identity, right? So essentially, when you talk Boolean search, it searches for strings. And the moment it encounters this parentheses, that's when it understands, okay, fine, is there another parent? Sorry, the moment it encounters a quotation mark, that's when it feels okay, fine. Maybe there's going to be two or more words, and voila, it's also being ended by another quotation mark. So the computer is going to search for hot chocolate as a single entity because of these quotation marks. So let's once again review what we wanted. We wanted one food and one beverage. The fruit could be either apple or orange, but definitely not grapes. And it definitely wanted one beverage, which is hot chocolate. So that's what we did. The fruit logic is over here, apples and oranges and not grapes, and hot chocolates. So this is pretty much our phase 1 video regarding our operators. I'm going to make another video on logic and a third video on writing the Boolean string as well. Stay tuned. Thanks. Bye bye.